I decided to start a new series where I take a look at songs from all genres and find out what makes this song interesting. You may remember the band Bare Naked Ladies from their 1998 smash hit, 1 Week.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry.
Or the theme song for the long-running series The Big Bang Theory.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started way here.
But today, we're going to talk about the Bare Naked Ladies' lead-off single from their 2000 album, Maroon, and the song is Pinch Me. The song opens up with a simple drum groove, but there's something very interesting about it. Instead of being your traditional acoustic set, it sounds like it's either a rough cut of the recording before they added the compression and EQ, or it's a program drum that's designed to sound off. Here, take a listen. I find this decision very interesting because of something that happens a little later on in the verse, but we'll get back to that. Now let's move on to when the rest of the band comes in. First, the guitar and bass come in together. The guitar is doing some nice clean arpeggios, and the bass is following along in whole notes, with that same rough drum sound. But then they decide to do a little accent on the drums where it comes in sounding fully mixed. And this is the part I was referring to earlier. This decision to do this is pretty cool for a few reasons. They could have easily just used the same drum tone the whole way through until they got into the chorus, or they could have just had, a normal full mixed drum sound the whole way through. But with these accents, it makes it a little more impactful. You go from that rough sound into that nice, clean, clear mix sound. Doing this kind of tells you that there's, something coming forward. What's coming up here? And it turns out, the vocals. The vocals come in and actually start the verse off.
It's the perfect time of year, somewhere far away from here. I feel fine enough, I guess, considering everything's a mess.
And the lyrics here seem to just be talking about, normal thoughts you have when life isn't going too well. You feel fine enough, but everything's not going the way you'd like it. The second half of the verse just talks about the mundane of, going to lunch. It's cold. I could walk, but fuck it, I'll just drive.
There's a restaurant down the street where hungry people like to eat. I could walk, but I'll just drive. It's colder than it looks outside.
I don't know why, but for me, those drum accents just kind of bring the song to a whole nother level. This may be my background as a drummer, but every time I hear it, it makes me just get a little bit more into this part of the song. Makes you, pay attention a little more.
It's like a dream you try to remember, but it's gone. Then you try to speak, but it only comes out as a yawn when you try to see the one beyond your front door.
Here's something similar to what the Bare Naked Ladies did in 1 Week, where they have this very unique, almost hard to understand cadence to deliver the lyrics. This time it's in the chorus instead of the verses, but it gives you the same feel. So like how it feels like we're in double times when the drum comes in, but really it's just the same thing. If you listen to the guitar and bass, they're still playing the same general arpeggios. The bass isn't doing the whole notes anymore. Now it's doing quarter notes, which also gives you that kind of sped up feel. But it's still the same tempo, no double time, anything like that.
Take your time, so way I'm gonna make you smile when you realize that a guy by side might take a while just to try to figure out what all this is for.
The first half of the chorus is, just normal person's thoughts. When you're trying to remember a dream and it just kind of disappears, you're just tired of the way life's been going, and it's just kind of hard to see, what's not affecting you in this current moment in your situation. This is followed up by the second half of the chorus, though, which is just kind of a continuation where you're trying to figure out your purpose in life, what it's all about, and then you fall right back into that same groove where you're just going through the day.
It's the perfect time of day to throw all your cares away. Put the sprinkler on the lawn and run through with my gym shorts on.
However, instead of being that mundane feeling that you had in the first verse, the second verse sounds very carefree. You just kind of stop thinking about what's bothering you and you want to act like a kid again. But then the second half of that verse kind of turns it around and sounds like the lead singer is falling back into this depressive state where they just want to sleep away the day. But hey, at least we still got those cool accents.
Take a drink right from the hose and change into some drier clothes. Climb the stairs up to my room. Sleep away the afternoon.
This is then followed up by the same chorus, but there's something a little different about it. There are now backup vocals that are singing, "Pinch me, I'm still asleep. Please God, I'm still asleep."
It's like a dream you're trying to remember but it's gone. Then you're trying to scream but it only comes out as a yawn when you're trying to see the world beyond your front door. Take your time to weigh how I'm gonna make you smile when you realize that a guy my side might take a while just to try to figure out what all this is for.
This makes me wonder if he's saying he's asleep as in, he's just going through the motions of life and, life is tiring and I'm just here. Or maybe it's something a little different. Maybe he's in a coma or something and wants to wake up. The world may never know. But anyway, we're going into the bridge now.
Pinch me, 'cause I'm still asleep. Please God, tell me that I'm still asleep.
Same thing I said with the background vocals that were in the chorus, but now that's all it is. It's just those background vocals. However, these vocals end with him saying, "Please God, tell me that I'm still asleep." This kind of changes the tone. It has more of a somberness now. He's hoping that he'll just wake up and his whole life will just be some weird dream and everything will be better than it was before. But that's not how life works. Following this, we go back into the verse, same as before.
On an evening such as this, it's hard to tell if I exist. If I pack the car and leave this town, who'll notice that I'm not around?
Here, we're still on that same feeling of existentialism. He hits the point of, fuck it, let's just move away, let's go somewhere else. No one will ever notice if I'm gone. But, heck, that's a lot of work. I guess I'll just stay here.
I could hide out under there. I just made you say underwear. I could leave, but I'll just stay. All my stuff's here anyway.
Of course, since this is the early 2000s, he had to throw in an underwear joke because, when you're having an existential crisis, you like to make dumb jokes.
Like a dream you're trying to remember but it's gone. Then you try to scream but it only comes out as a yawn when you try to see the world beyond your front door. Take your time to weigh how I'm gonna make you smile when you realize that a guy my side might take a while just to try to figure out what all this is for. Try to figure out what all this is for. Try to see the world beyond your front door. Try to figure out what all this is for.
But then, we're back to the chorus again. There's no real changes, same as before. But after this chorus, we get a nice little guitar solo. There's a neat, what I assume is phaser effect on the solo here, which just kind of puts you firmly in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it just kind of fades out from the guitar solo. So in conclusion, parts of the song that I find very interesting here is that intro with those rough, maybe programmed or just not mixed drums. And then, that cool Bare Naked Ladies cadence that they're known for, as well as just a sprinkle of existentialism in there. It's a fun, goofy song. But please let me know what songs you'd like me to do next, and if you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like or even sub. If you want to leave a comment on some other songs you want me to do, I'll do my best to get to it, and remember, keep it interesting.